Disclaimer. This video may contain sensitive topics that may or may not make you feel uncomfortable. If at any point you feel you need to stop watching the video, please feel free to do so. In addition, we realize that there are many extents to this topic, which we will not be covering for the sake of time. Thank you for your continued support on Real Talk 101.
Coming to you live is Julian Steinbeck with Real Talk 101. The topic of today's live show is
the death penalty.
Yikes.
Welcome to the episode 4 of Real Talk 101. I am here at Michigan State University. Go Green.
Go White.
That's the spirit. So before we start today's show, as usual, I will be going with the pre-show announcements. Some good news actually is that my website is finished. I have finally finished the website as of yesterday night. I was all night working on it, and you guys should check it out. It's in the description below this video. Another good news is that my Michigan State's Dodgeball team is actually holding a fundraiser in order to help cover the cost of travel and lodging for their nationals tournament. So be sure to check out the link in the description to help give money to Michigan State's dodgeball team. They really need the money because Michigan State doesn't really offer money for this club, and so our funding really relies on other people's funding. So be kind and be supportive. Even $5 help in the long run. I'll provide the link to the fundraiser in the description of this video. Now, previously on Real Talk 101, which was on the audio, I talked about GPA not defining you, and I think that is an excellent audio to listen to because it talks about how people are stereotyped into believing if they get straight A's, they're like perfect and whatnot. And I'm here and that's going to tell you that your GPA does not. I mean, it does matter, but at the same time, it doesn't, because it doesn't define your intelligence and it doesn't define who you are as an individual. And I think that's a video you should check that out. So that was what Tuesday's podcast was all about. Now we're all gonna go and make a transition to our main topic, which is the death penalty. Now, the death penalty has been around for ages. It has been around in a variety of different methods, such as injection or death by the gas chamber or death by the guillotine. You know, all these different ways of killing folks is kind of unorthodox, if you ask me. And the question that I ask myself is, who in their right mind would implement a death penalty on society? So the death penalty comes from the criminals. You know, the criminals who commit these crimes that are so heinous that they have no other choice but to kill them. And all in all, I feel like that's not right, because you're basically taking a person's life instead of putting them in life behind bars. I mean, they can't do nothing if they're behind bars the rest of their life. But I don't think killing the person is going to make things a lot easier in the long run either. Because some government organizations, they're thinking about abolishing the death penalty altogether. But my thing is, if you're going to cut the death penalty, what is it going to do for society? What's it going to do for us? You know? And it's used so badly. It's used so tremendously. Like, we've lost so many people in our generation who could have grown up because of the death penalty. And it brings me to my next argument. Is it unconstitutional or is it constitutional? Like, most people say it's constitutional because it's the only way to stop criminals in their tracks. And it's the way to stop serial killers from being up on the street. It's a way of saying, it's just a lot of speculation into it. I say it's unconstitutional because you're taking a person's life away, which is not fair. So my final verdict on this situation is the death penalty should be abolished because it's unconstitutional and it does not solve anything. I mean, one person gets killed in a death penalty, and there's still 500 to 1,000 more killers on the street, 1,000 more rapists, 1,000 more assaulters on the street, and you're killing one person. I mean, what's that gonna do? It's just gonna make things a lot worse. So, all in all, my final verdict is unconstitutional. Get rid of the death penalty. But feel free to leave your comments below this video on what you think about the death penalty. Should it remain a thing, or should it be abolished completely? Period. So leave your comments below this video below. So that covers the death penalty. So our educational topic is related to something that goes on a lot of campus with a lot of couples. Relationship violence. Now, relationships can be healthy, or it can deter you from what you have to do. And according to statistics, roughly 35% of the students on campus have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. That's just a rough estimate that I can give. So what happens when the relationship is not healthy? One word: violence. Lots of the guys abuses the women in the relationships. But what does the women does to the guys though? That's the thing I wanted to put out there. If the guys do so much emotional and mental damage toward a woman, what does the woman do to a man? You know? And lots of times the man feels like it's okay to put their hands on a woman because it makes them feel powerful. But what if the woman puts the hands on the guy? That's the thing I wanted to get out. That's the thing I wanted to ask the question. You have to answer that in the comments. So, what to do when you see relationship violence? Well, if you happen to see relationship violence, make sure you step up. Don't step back and just sit and watch it happen, because, for example, that's how the Larry Nassar case got into like a big thing, because the victims allowed themselves to let this continue without letting somebody know. So, if you see relationship violence happening, or you see the signs of it, and the signs can include verbal abuse, microaggression, macroaggression, and also just like little subtle signs, like is the woman scared, or is the guy scared, you know. So make sure you follow the signs and make sure that they're okay. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you see that the woman is being abused or the guy is being abused, make sure you split them up right away. Because if you let relationship violence continue, it could lead to someone getting killed, or someone being constantly abused and constantly, being shut down on multiple occasions. And that's something you don't want to happen. So if you do see something, say something. But what do you say to the person who's abusing, the girlfriend or the guy? Well, watch your words. Watch what you say, because sometimes what people think is, if you're all in a relationship, you're basically all in their business. Like you're all in their conversation. Like you're just trying to be in their business. But that's not the case. But make sure that you're not aggressive toward the aggressor, if that makes sense. Try to stay calm. Don't yell. Don't fight with the person. Just try to resolve the situation. Sort of like a peer mediator trying to solve two friends' different opinions on what they think is wrong or right or whatever. So watch what you say. That's the second thing. But who do you talk to for relationship violence? I know relationship violence can be tough. Any type of violence can be tough. Sexual assault can be tough to talk about. Rape can be tough to talk about. But if you don't talk to anybody and you just keep it to yourself, you're really doing more harm than good for yourself. And I feel like that's where a lot of relationships go wrong at, is because they don't know who to talk to at the right time. So if you happen to be a victim of relationship violence, do not be afraid to open up to anybody. Like, anybody will be able to open up and lend their ears to you for a minute. Talk to a resident assistant, or talk to a counselor or an advisor, or your parents. Your parents can probably help you, even though you don't probably want to tell them, but your parents can help you. You can talk to a close friend that will keep your secrets between you two. Talk to someone you feel comfortable to. Like, don't keep it to yourself, because it just results in, more disastrous results than what it already is. So, all in all, watch what you say, watch the subtle signs, and make sure you talk to someone that you know you can trust with your words. That's my thoughts on relationship violence. And and I'm gonna say this again, if you're a victim of relationship violence, you need to get help. That's my honest thing to say to you. And don't be afraid to step up for yourself, because I know a lot of people don't feel like they don't have to defend themselves because they're afraid of what they might do. Don't let that scare you. I let that scare me a few times, even though I've never been in a relationship with nobody. But I was bullied for a point in my life, and I thought if I kept my mouth closed, everything would be all good, but it kept getting worse. So I had to go talk to my parents. I had to go talk to, friends I thought that can keep a secret from me. So make sure that you talk to someone you know. And that covers relationship violence. Now on for the funnest part of our show, scholarship opportunities and internship opportunities. Now, internship opportunities is a new thing I'm going to be implementing with scholarships on every other Thursday. So I'm going to start with scholarship opportunities first. Now, the scholarship opportunities are going to be coming from your fraternities or your sororities. So my tip to you is to go research fraternities and sororities that offer a scholarship. Some offer full ride scholarships, but I think the most popular is the Delta Sorority Scholarship and the Sigma Phi Delta Scholarship, if I'm not mistaken. Those are two scholarships you might want to look out for. They will probably get a full ride based on your academic achievements. Some will give it based on your talent, like if you have a talent for singing or an athletic talent or an academic talent. They'll give out scholarships for pretty much just about everything, even one for being left-handed like myself. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to check on their websites constantly for due dates and when our essays are due. As for internship opportunities, DTE will be hiring more than 1,200 new students this summer to work all across the Michigan area. So if you're a Michigan student who's either attending college or attending high school as a high school senior and is interested in that internship, you should go to dteenergy.com/jobs to figure out which internships are available for you. And that's the most trending internship because they employ over 2,000 students per year, and that's a record. Also, you may want to check with Grow Detroit's Young Talent as well. That's for all Detroit students who are either in high school and need to fulfill the community hours requirement for high school, or for college, or for some college kids. So you may want to check with gdyt.org. That'll also be in the description, as well as our fraternities and sorority scholarships that will also be in the description of this video. So that covers scholarship and internship opportunities. These will be every other Thursday here on Real Talk 101. Now, to close the show, I'll be giving some post-show announcements. Some events that are coming soon. I'll be hosting my own event called The First Year at MSU. That is a project that I am doing on behalf of myself and a couple of other students at Michigan State regarding their first year of college and how it went for them. And it's going to be a big compilation, about a half-hour video comprised of different students from different cultures and, just more diverse, So be sure to be on the lookout for that. That's going to be coming in May before the semester ends. Hopefully I can release that before the semester ends. As for other events, April 10th is open mic night. There will be no open mic night next Tuesday because of a holiday, so I'm sorry about that, but it will be one the week after next, which is April 10th. So be on the lookout for that as well. As usual, the university activity boards will be holding their meetings on Mondays from 7 until 10 o'clock. So if you're interested in planning most of the things on campus, like planning music festivals or planning open mic nights or planning anything that involves any activity on this campus, talk to University Activities Board here at MSU. They will be right here in the Union. And it's non-committal, so you don't have to be committed or whatever. You just drop by and see what's happening. And that's from 7 to 10 o'clock on Monday. VoiceMagazine is also recruiting people here on this campus, which is a magazine that I'm part of. So if you're interested in journalism, if you're interested in publishing articles and covering events on campus, if that's something you really like, I will give you the link to the person you need to talk to in the description if you're a Michigan State student. Our meetings are every Monday from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock or from 7 to 8:30, depending on how much we have to talk about. And those are some of the events that are happening on campus. Now, as for next Thursday is a surprise topic, so be on the lookout for the Instagram video on Instagram about the surprise topic. I'll give y'all a hint. It has something to do with sexual. I'll just leave it at that. Make sure to follow me on the Facebook page and follow me on YouTube and on Instagram, as well as my friend Marlon, who's behind the camera. And I will see you guys next time on Real Talk 101.
And this concludes Real Talk 101 with Julian. Tune in next time for the next debate topic, which has been known by the man Juju himself. See you next time on Real Talk 101.